All right, just waiting for this to share to my page. All right, everybody, welcome to this weekly marketing masterclass. This masterclass series is part of our free Facebook group. Join us at agencyinyourpocket.com. We believe every business needs three things in order to succeed. First, you got to get found. People need to know you exist. So we also believe that you need multiple streams of traffic or multiple ways to get found. Don't put your business at risk by utilizing just one traffic source. But getting found is just the beginning. If you also want to get results for your marketing, you must utilize the following methods: landing pages, retargeting, creating great offers. This is things that people actually want to take action on, and sales. Once you've got found and you've got results, it's time to get smart. Now, this is where things like analytics, cost per lead analysis, call tracking, heat maps, and screen recordings come into play. This is just a little overview of our system that we call Stealth 2.0 Local Business Growth Formula. We'll be teaching all of these techniques on our weekly marketing masterclass series. Again, join us at agencyinyourpocket.com. Today's masterclass, we're going to talk about a cool and unique way to get found. Today's presentation, we're going to talk about how to get massive exposure in 1 hour per week. Now, full disclosure, when you start this process from the very beginning, it's most likely going to take you more than an hour. But the idea is that it's going to get you to no more than an hour. I can sometimes do this in 20 minutes, but starting out, it's probably going to take you a little bit more than that. Don't worry, no big deal. Eventually, your goal is to get to an hour or less a week and get massive exposure. And I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, you're going to have to create a presentation. Now, you might be thinking, uh-oh, but no big deal. So if you have a Mac, you're going to probably use something like Keynote. That's what I use, and that's what you're watching right now. If you've got a PC, you're probably going to use PowerPoint. If you look like him right now when I tell you to make a presentation, don't worry, I'm going to make it easy for you. Here's a quick tip. Pretty simple. Start with a blank screen. So you start with a blank screen, literally like this. And then, we're not going to go there. And then you literally just start writing. Worry about your design later. Think first, design later. So I literally just click a text box, and then just start writing. If you're a writer, you may have heard the term write for the wastebasket. So literally, that's all you're doing. You're not trying to create like a grand master plan and the greatest presentation that anybody's ever seen. That's not what we're doing here. Here's how this presentation that you're watching started out. This was my first screen. I called it How to Get Massive Exposure in 1 Week, so I typed it out. First, create a presentation. Start with a blank screen and write. You guys heard me say that. Don't worry about design, that comes later. So I literally started typing this out. This is all on one screen, one line at a time. And then I just created 4 more slides because there's 4 lines here. So they look like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go to Google and just start looking for images. So I typed in design later because I said, think first, worry about design later, all that stuff. And then I found this image. So you saw that a few slides ago. It's literally that simple. So just start with a blank slide, start writing out, and just keep going. Don't force yourself to write the greatest presentation that you've ever seen. Just start writing and know that whatever you start with, you're probably not going to end up with. You're going to delete slides, add slides, rearrange stuff, and that's no big deal. Just do it. Do whatever you need to do, but it takes action at first. And so the action for me, what works for me, and I think it'll probably work for you, is to just start writing a couple lines, okay? So this is only a little bit of what we're going to show you. the more you practice this, the better you're going to get. Like I said, I can bang out a presentation now in like 20 minutes and it looks like what you're seeing now, which I'm not a designer. I don't have a design background, but I can put stuff together like this really quickly and do these every week. Now we're not going to go there. Okay, so then you take your presentations and then you can feed them into Buffer, Hootsuite, whatever you like. I put Buffer here because that's what I personally use, and I personally like Buffer's interface a lot more than Hootsuite. I used Hootsuite for about a week or two, and I never logged back in. I just did not like their interface at all. So you're going to literally just copy and paste your slides. You're going to take the slides from the presentation that you've already created, one slide, give a little hint. Maybe it's a one-liner, one paragraph, whatever, that's going to hint at your presentation that's to come in the following week, and that's it. So on average, one presentation is going to get you at least a week's worth of posts. I mean, you could get 2 weeks worth of posts, and if you're doing these every single week, then you just ideally want enough posts that's going to get you to your next presentation. Then you do your next presentation, load up Buffer or Hootsuite or whatever, distribute it with the proper links to all your social channels, and that's it. Okay, so this is going to help you prepare for a week's worth of content just with one presentation. So remember that all you're doing for these things that you're going to load into Buffer or Hootsuite or whatever social sharing tool you like to use, just do a cut and paste. So you're going to just use the existing slides, 1 or 2 line teaser, feed it into your social tool, Buffer, Hootsuite, whatever, and that's going to get you massive traction and get people to show up to your webinars and live streams and stuff. The next thing is I use Zoom Webinar. Now, don't confuse this with regular Zoom. Every time I tell somebody about Zoom Webinar, they get confused with regular Zoom. They go, oh, I have Zoom and I've been on Zoom. Totally different product. It's owned by the same company, but Zoom Webinar is how you're going to be able to do what I'm going to show you next. So I want to put this in there for those people that are already running traffic to webinar sign-up pages or landing pages. You can incorporate this into what I'm showing you. So you're already building webinars and stuff and sending traffic there to collect email addresses on your sign-up. So go ahead and continue to do that, but then you take it one step further. If you're using Zoom, now if you're using GoToWebinar or some of the other ones, Webinar Ninja, Webinar Jam, all these other ones, it's not going to work. But if you use Zoom Webinar, you can broadcast to Facebook Live. I'm on Zoom Webinar right now, broadcast to Facebook Live. So I broadcast to my business page, then share it from the business page to the personal page. And then once it's done, you record it inside of Zoom Webinar and then upload it into YouTube. And then you can take it from YouTube or wherever, embed it on your website, on your blog, and whatever. So then you end up with a presentation that's like this. You've gotten visibility on Zoom Webinar. So if you were running traffic and got signups, so you got signups and people that show up live on the webinar side and they're on your Zoom side. You've got people that are on the Facebook Live side on your business page, your personal page. You got people who are going to see it later on in your groups, on your website, on your blog, on YouTube, across all social channels. So you can repeat that cycle, by the way, after it's done and send it back through so you can have 2 weeks worth of content. So you can have 1 week worth of content that leads up to it where you distribute to all your social channels. And then the following week, once it's posted, you can send that traffic to your blog or to your website after and send it back through and say, hey, it's posted. Now they can see the live video, comment, and get more stuff. So if you're running offers and stuff, this is 1 hour's worth of work and you've got distribution literally everywhere, which is really pretty cool. So that's all I've got to show you today. Any questions or whatever, just hit me up. I'd love to help you out with it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.